Well, tonight, car thefts across the city continue with 3 incidents happening just this morning.
And now a mother of a teen who is stealing these cars is speaking out, asking for help. 10 TV's Carly Dion spoke with her today and joins us live with more on why she's frustrated. Carly.
Hey everybody, it's SpiceyKy. Today I want to talk to you about this here black mother who's at her wit's end with what appears to be her teenage son. He's decided he wants to be a car thief, and according to her, she's tried everything and she doesn't know what else to do. A lot of black people on the doggone here social media have everything to say about why she's the problem and how we should all just pretty much blame her. And then you have the other half that blames his absent father. But at the end of the day, we are not the best support system on the planet as a community because not one person's offering her a solution. Here's my reaction to this video.
Tiffany Hammonds says her 17-year-old son recently started down a bad path, and she's done all she could to try to stop it. Now she's wondering what more could be done if police keep releasing her son from custody.
Okay, so he is 17. Well, anyway, hey, go ahead and hit that like button for me, please, before we get on started on this here video. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and go ahead and click all notifications so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Now let's get to this content. Now the first thing I want to say is, look at the look on this woman's face. Why does she look so extremely disgusted? Let me show you why.
I've been begging and pleading. Please arrest him, lock him up, do something that's going to make him pay for the things that he's out here doing.
And this is where the social media disgust seems to kick in at, right here. How could you put your son in jail? How could you put your black son in jail? How could you put your black son away? If you don't knock it off, are you waiting for somebody to take her black son out?
Tiffany Hammonds says her 17-year-old son has been caught stealing cars multiple times by police, and he's driving without a license. She feels not enough is being done to stop him.
I've done almost everything I could.
Okay, as a single black mother in the hood, raising what is essentially now a man, what all could that entail? I mean, think about it. She done did everything from calling the police on the boy. She done probably tried to fight him, tried to whoop him with a belt. She done locked him out the house. You can't put him on punishment because apparently he's taking care of himself these days. Like, what else can she do short of picking up a blicker and blicking him out? Come on, people. Come on. Let's be supportive here.
Will someone please listen to me?
Let's find some solutions, not more and more blame game, okay?
I've done almost everything I could.
Do you hear what she's saying? She's probably saying, I even called his absentee daddy. I don't know what else to do.
And it's turning him against me. He's going the opposite way and doing what he wants to do, and which is turning to the streets.
Yep. That happens.
Hammond says when her son has been caught by police for stealing or crashing a stolen vehicle, they keep bringing him home.
So here we have one of those catch-22 situations. He is a minor, therefore they pretty much have like all these little laws that make it easier for them to go home. Versus, do we necessarily want him in jail? I mean, maybe there's a problem. Maybe something happened to him. Maybe something's wrong. I mean, do we really want him in jail, per se? But then again, we still have this mother who doesn't know what else to do.
I think him seeing that nothing is being done is giving him more of adrenaline rush to go back out and do it again.
Between January and August of this year, more than 7,000 cars have been stolen in the city of Columbus. A little more than half of them have been Kias and Hyundais. Hammond says she fears the threat her son poses to others and himself.
This stat tells me two things. Number one, the people that are losing these cars are driving Kias and Hondas, which says these are working folk. These ain't folks that could just walk away from their cars, call the insurance company, hop in the Lamborghini and keep it pushing. These are folks that's their only car. They walk out in the morning to go to work and the car is gone. Yeah, I'm talking about that part. You feel me? The other thing this tells me is that is over 7,000 people walking around that area that are pissed off at car thieves right now. And that's why that lady's scared for her son.
Since he's left.
Did you hear that?
Since he's left.
Did you catch that? Since he's left. Left to go where? You already know. The little grown, wet behind the ears, but out there in them streets with them knuckleheads. And the police gonna keep bringing them home and keep bringing them home. But when the shit hit the fan, she's responsible for him. Lord have mercy.
Since he's left that I know of, he's crashed 5 cars. And I reported each and every one that I know of. And he's still out here.
Yeah, she should be worried. Seriously, she should be.
Serenity Selman and Dartrell Byers were together in Glen Arden Friday night when 2 other teens showed up in a stolen Kia Sorento. It was around 7 o'clock. According to family members, both got into the Kia with the other teens, not knowing the car had been stolen in a carjacking earlier that day in Greenbelt.
It's not known if her son was part of the group who stole a Kia and Hyundai found at Crum Park. The Hyundai had been set on fire while the Kia was left in the pond.
You hear that? These little Billy badasses is just vandalizing cars. This ain't even about putting a little change in your pocket or trying to take care of yourself. This ain't about being homeless or not having no food to eat. Okay, all right, yeah, she should be worried.
About 4 hours later, officers say after a 911 call, they found a group of teens inside a car near the 700 block of Thurman Avenue. The driver then rammed into a Columbus police cruiser multiple times, causing damage to the front bumper before leaving the scene.
I like how they saved face and put that in such an eloquent way. Before leaving the scene. You mean before they got away in the stolen car? Before leaving the scene. These little are still out there terrorizing this city.
As the city calls on parents to watch their kids, what happens when they've done all they could?
And here's where my problem with this lies. Watch your kids. Okay, so people have to go to work. Yeah, we were latchkey kids growing up in the 70s and the 80s, so we get that. What do you mean watch your kids? You gotta let them go outside and play. You gotta let them ride their bikes. You gotta let them walk to the store. You gotta let them go to school and hope that that's where they're at. What do you mean, watching your kids?
This mother hopes something is done soon.
We're trying. But once they're here and they leave again, then what? What are we supposed to do?
That's exactly what I just said. You have to let them out of your sight at some point. So what do you do? And no, I'm not blaming the white man. I'm not blaming society. I'm not even blaming the absentee fathers. I'm not making this video to make blame. I'm making this video because these are our children. I don't care what color they are. If they live on my block, they my kids. And therefore, I don't want them being car thieves because I don't want them in my driveway stealing my car because I don't want us to have to blink them in the middle of the night. So there is a reason why this story is touching me so deeply. A few months ago, let me just start here. This is my 12-year-old nephew.
And here in Compton, Eric spent a lot of time because that's where his grandmother lives. But on that fateful night, he was visiting his other grandmother in Long Beach. Now, today, police announced that they arrested 2 people thanks to license plate readers and security video. But they believe there are others out there that could be held accountable as well.
Eric Brown III loved to dance, but on May 9th, his dreams were dashed with a gang bullet. The boy was visiting family in Long Beach. He was with 2 young teen girls when bullets flew. One bullet hit Eric, another hit a 14-year-old female. She survived.
At this time, we believe there's nothing that indicates that the suspects knew the victims.
2 months after his death, the Long Beach police announced the arrest of 2 suspects, 20-year-old Rashawn Struther of Cypress and his 21-year-old girlfriend, Desney Scipio of Long Beach.
We believe this incident stemmed from an earlier gang altercation not involving the victims. The male arrestee is a documented gang member. The female arrestee is believed to be his girlfriend.
The arrest offers some comfort for those who loved Eric. So do the memories of him, from little boy to a preteen. The 2 arrests do not signal the end of the investigation. It's believed there are other suspects.
Long Beach PD's chief reminds the public that there are still people out there that need to be questioned, and there is a $25,000 reward.
Some grown people pull up to him, ask them what set they're from. According to witnesses, the adults pulled out a blicker. 2 of them were hit, and he's gone. He's gone. All because he snuck out the house in the middle of the night, doing nothing wrong. This is a kid that was doing nothing wrong, walking down the street with some friends. Just think back, being 12. Think back to the things that you did, things you could have done, the things your friends did. Sneaking out to walk to the store or something weird like that, that is simple. You don't expect to lose your child over something like that. And at 11 o'clock at night, not only did she think her son was in the bed asleep, but the little Asian girl that he was walking with, her parents thought that too.
Called me at around 12.
Her father, David Chen, says he thought she was asleep in bed when he got the news.
Did you catch that? She called him at around midnight. He thought she was in the bed asleep. She was at the hospital with a bullet wound.
Called me at around 12. She got shot on the left hand side, left thigh, on here, right here. The bullet go through. Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't hit the bone.
See, so this is not necessarily a black thing. This is a teen thing. Teens have been doing strange things since the beginning of time. So even in the case of this lady, where she's saying, I've done all I can, her son could end up just like my nephew. Or are they simply waiting for him to turn 18 so they could throw him in the big prison, so they can put him in the real pokey? Is that what this is all about? And as a community, especially the men, you gotta stand up. Because even if it's not your child, he goes to school with your child. He lives next door to you. Y'all shop in the same stores. If he's in your local community, boo, he's your problem too. Especially if he decides to steal your car. Or teach your son how to steal cars. And what if he teams up with the Columbus version of this trash right here? Or what if he gets caught stealing their car? I'm just saying. So I had a conversation with my mister about this just to get a man's point of view. Here's how that went. So the mom is like, every time something happens, she's calling the police like, won't you arrest him, make him do a little time or something? I don't know what else to do. And I'm thinking when she keeps saying I've tried everything, I'm just about everything I can think of. I'm thinking she's saying, hey, I even called his sorry ass daddy.
Well, damn.
And B, I can't think of nothing else but myself. I don't know what y'all want me to do because people in the comments are going crazy. You call the police on your son, your black son, you gonna call the... She's saying like, he's stealing other people's cars. Somebody's going to take my son out one day. And I don't know what else to do. And I'm just like making this video because in my mind I'm thinking, I don't have the answer. But I don't think blaming her is the answer because she's saying she tried everything she could think of.
So why they not arresting him?
Because he's 17 and apparently in that area,
They don't gotta see why.
they're gonna wait till he's 18 and then I'll probably throw him in prison. And that's what she's saying. I'm trying to avoid all of this. I'm trying to avoid where this is going. Either somebody's going to take my son out trying to save their car, or you know what I'm saying, y'all gonna wait till he's 18 and then all of a sudden you gonna care. You know what I mean? And that's what she's saying, like, what can be done? What can we do? And I'm just like, as a people, we never think about that stuff. Like, what do you do? How, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't
What's
mad for calling the police.
What did he just say?
I ain't mad for calling the police. I ain't mad for calling the police. My honest opinion, I'm like, if your son is doing that much of a crime thing, you need to put him in jail.
Right.
I'm like, that. There is nothing you really can do to help him. He said that this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
So he needs to go. He needs a consequence.
Right.
It. You know, and the only real consequence of stealing is going to jail or going to CYA.
Right.
You know, all the other stuff ain't really consequence. When they be giving you community service and stuff.
So I don't feel there's a need to state the obvious. It's common sense. We need to chill out on all these baby mamas and baby daddies. But that's moving forward. How does that help the kids of today? We got a whole 17-year-old here that I feel like is pretty damn privileged because we no longer live in the ghetto, which means he's never lived in the ghetto. He's never seen the ghetto in the 17 years of his lifetime as his home. He knows where his dad's from. He knows where his stepmom's from. But he ain't from there. Okay, everybody doesn't have that option. Everybody doesn't have the option of pulling their kids out the ghetto. But even though he's not being raised in the ghetto, we still have our teenage issues that we're having to deal with. But he still has another privilege advantage. He's being raised by his father. He had a good mother. And at some point, when a boy gets to become a man, he should be with his dad. And that's where this kid comes to have another advantage. Once again, everybody doesn't have that option. So I was all done editing the video. I had already recorded my ending and I was ready to publish. And I found an update on this here case. So the mother made this plea on Tuesday, September 26th. Just 2 days later, on Thursday, September 28th, this happened.
Regarding a shooting near the Ohio State Fairgrounds that sent 2 juveniles to the hospital. Police say this happened around 2 o'clock on East 17th Avenue, and now we're learning one of the victims is a 17-year-old boy who his mother says has a history of stealing cars.
Yeah, you might recall just 2 days ago, we talked to the teen's mother after she says that he was been caught by police stealing and crashing multiple vehicles. She told us at the time that she wants the police to do more. She wanted him locked up, so something like this would never happen.
I've been begging and pleading. Please arrest him, lock him up, do something that's going to make him pay for the things that he's out here doing. Had he been locked up, he couldn't have done those things. And this is a whole new day, which means more problems could be coming.
All right, we checked and police tell us both people involved in this shooting are in stable condition. We're still working to learn more about the other person shot and if there are any suspects.
So I saw this headline and thought to myself, cool, they must have kept him after he got shot. Hell no, that ain't what happened. A week after he got shot, he went out and stole another car and got caught this time. And these are his parents pleading for help the next day after that in court.
A Columbus teen now facing a judge after stealing multiple cars. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. It is a story we first told you about last week when we spoke to his mother, who says she begged law enforcement to just keep her son locked up after stealing cars. And today she found relief when a judge decided the teen is better off behind bars.
The teen's parents told the judge today they don't want their son returning home until he's learned his lesson. The 17-year-old is facing 3 charges stemming from 3 separate incidents, all happening over the past couple weeks. Each of them involving stolen vehicles. The most recent incident happening just yesterday. The prosecutor says the teen was witnessed by officers in the driver's seat of a stolen Hyundai, and he attempted to run away, but officers were able to catch him and take him into custody. This arrest comes just 1 week after the teen was accidentally shot by another juvenile while sitting in a stolen car. His father, Akee Benjamin Sr., explains why they wanted their son to remain in custody.
this is a repeated process. Like every time we get him back home, like he runs away, we get him back home, he stays for a day or two, and then he runs away again.
Now the teen will remain in custody until his next hearing, which is coming up next week.
So what are our options? Because all of these kids are all of our kids. Where are the community centers? Where are the men to go and snatch this boy up and notice, okay, he has a fascination with cars. How can I help? Why don't you teach him how to do some body work on some cars? I bet you he'd find that fun. Why don't you teach him how to be a mechanic? Why don't you sit him down and actually show him how he don't have to work for $10 an hour at AutoZone? He can actually open his own business with good credit and a couple of courses in business management. We need to figure out some solutions and stop bashing these parents for stuff they cannot control. She's asking, what else can I do? Short of picking up a blicker and taking them out herself, she don't know what to do. Are we the problem? Or are we the solution? Question everything. Spicy out.